Yep. Yep. After doing a bit of research, yeah, YouTube just has that delay,
Yeah.
which is fun.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a case of changing the bitrate, but I think it looks worse, ironically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're already here. That's right, you dumb shart tarps. We've had our followers combing the city for the vault since before.
Yeah, bro. What are these fucking... They're dog shit settings.
We're gonna beat us to it. Don't worry, Vault Hunter. We're the ones with the key. That vault is ours.
I do it all over again. One little bun.
Oh. Yeah, it just looks granulated for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know.
Look, it's the real thing. There.
Oh.
I cry for the day that YouTube listens become visible on Discord.
YouTube what?
You're deaf. It's alright.
YouTube listens. The fuck's that?
You're reading into it too much.
What do you mean, like fucking what you're watching on YouTube?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fucking really strange.
Black and blue and red and full of
Thank you. I don't want people to see what I'm listening to.
I don't understand why YouTube streaming is the way that it is. There you go. I think streaming in general is just weird.
How broke am I? Oh, I'm not that broke. Nice. Let's get some more activated charcoal off Amazon.
What the fuck are you doing with activated charcoal?
Helps your gut health.
What, you just eat charcoal?
No. They're little pills, like capsules.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. They really help. They basically trap any gases, or so if you eat really bad food, it kind of helps with, like, if you have diarrhea problems or whatever. I just take them because when I've got an upset tummy, I pop 3 and
Yeah,
feels
I'd
no
send
better.
it just take some Imodium.
There's no point in taking Imodium. I'll take Imodium when it's really bad. It's not that bad. I can just take a couple and basically just yeah, it traps all gases and toxins and shit they use, and I use it for ODs as well. It's really because they have carbon molecules that basically bond with any any form of toxin, really. And they trap it, so it doesn't actually have an effect on you. And basically, yeah.
What is this called? Where's the little cup?
It is.
Fuck. Yeah, I don't know why it's so granulated, bro.
Oh, because I'm in the United States. That's why is my store region the United States?
Give me an assist.
Oh my god, I missed the first result. UK search. Ah, Jesus.
What is?
These charcoal capsules I'm looking for. 120 and it's 10 pounds per. Alright, let's get 2 tubs. And they have 120. So that'll last me for fucking centuries. No, it'll last me like 2 months. Arrive by the 1st of September.
Oh, wait.
That's true.
No, it's not fucking granulated. What am I going on about? It's just because the stream's fucking defaulted itself to fucking 440p or whatever. That's
No,
why.
It was bad before. It wasn't the resolution because it would go back and forth. So it was.
Well, it is the fucking resolution now.
Now it is.
Completely.
Yeah, before it wasn't.
Cool. Well, at least it's fine now. That's good. I put it up to 8,000 kilobits. Slowed the quality down a bit. I should probably keep Task Manager open to see how my PC is doing.
Have to realize there's a body in front. A dead body in front.
Alex, what is an Ouroboros?
It's that snake that eats its own tail.
Yes.
Perpetually.
What mythological creature is commonly referred to as an Ouroboros?
A serpent.
No, because a serpent's a real creature. What'd you say?
What do you mean by that?
Like, what creature in a mythology is the, the common representative of the Ouroboros?
God.
I say gods.
Yeah. It is a god in some mythologies.
You couldn't do without me.
It can represent the beginning and the end, but I was referring more to Jormungandr,
Yeah.
the original Ouroboros. Well, supposedly original. We don't know for sure.
I'm referring to what's common knowledge, not some niche.
What'd you say?
Said I'm referring to what is commonly known as the Ouroboros, what it refers to, what it implies, what it is related to.
I've never heard of people call it God, to be fair.
Some ideologies call it a god that is responsible for time.
Alright. Is that the figure of 8 Ouroboros, or the...
No, the circular Ouroboros. It's supposed to be a representation of time. You can't really pinpoint a beginning or an end, just like you can't pinpoint the beginning of an Ouroboros. It's just, well, you can and you can't.
I mean, you could say it's the mouth.
You could say it's the mouth, but also, was the tail there already, or was the mouth there already? You know? Like, which one first?
Chicken.
Yeah. No, but what I mean is, it kind of, it describes the circular nature of time. Does time begin at the end, or does time begin at the beginning? You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, like, do we just restart back to the beginning of time, or do we just start and keep going? Like the Ouroboros. Do we start at the end of the tail, or do we just keep growing? And the tail just grows inwards in our stomach, and that's just eternity.
It's starting to get like the Chainsaw Man plotline now.
What, confusing.
Yeah, just needlessly confusing.
Well,
Also, right.
it's not needlessly confusing. I mean,
It
there's
is.
no other way to... okay, give me a better representation of that.
A better representation of what? I haven't read it all.
No, not Chainsaw Man, you fucking fool. Of what I just said.
What, an Ouroboros? You could literally
No.
like with what then?
What I just said.
What did you just say?
I said time is like an Ouroboros. Did it start with us, you know, did it start at the end of time? Like, is it like a perpetual, like... I was trying to, you know, refer to the Ouroboros and kind of, like, explain time in the same sentence. But I guess your feeble brain couldn't tackle that one.
Okay, Brusky, get better at explaining shit.
Sorry, I can't really synthesize time down into a digestible format.
I don't think anyone can.
Well, there's your answer.
Sick of waiting around for those freaking aliens to rise up and kill us all! I'm going after them! Just me and my two fists of righteous human fury!
No, what I meant to say was, of the Ouroboros, right? It's eating its own tail.
Yeah.
Did it start by the mouth going to the tail, or did we just grow enough that the tail just entered our mouth and it just kept growing?
Surely it's the mouth that went to the tail.
Yeah, but it could
Because
also be the
you
other.
don't just sort of like grow. That'd be a bit
no,
weird.
my
Oh
point-
no! Have you ever tried
I'm
to
not
like?
talking biologically, you mongrel.
No, what about like? If you think about it, right? Like, whenever you've tried to. Oh, great! I love when the game just doesn't target. Oh, the game's broken. I love this. No, I'm on about like. When it comes to like the Ouroboros in general, or as you said, growing into its mouth, it doesn't really work because if you imagine right, like the whole thing of an Ouroboros being that like it was so big or whatever the fuck that it came back round to itself essentially.
Yeah.
But like, have you ever fucking tried to wrap something around something else? It never goes exactly where you want it to. It's like just gonna go straight into their mouth.
You literally just said it was so big it ate itself.
No, I said it was so big that it wrapped back around to itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't
ate
mean
it.
that it's... No. It doesn't mean that it's... Yeah, exactly. So you proved my point, that it's the mouth going to the tail.
Or the
Because-
tail going to the mouth.
No, because the tail didn't go into the mouth.
It got so big.
Yeah, it got so big that it came back round to itself. It
That's
doesn't
what
mean
I'm
that
saying.
it doesn't mean that the tail came into the fucking mouth, because it's not going to do that. It has to be a conscious decision by the Ouroboros to go, ah yes, tail, nom.
Talking about conscious decisions in a mythological snake.
Conscious decision. I'm talking about anything rational, like literally any animal.
Rational. Keyword rational. You don't apply rationality to something of mythology. It's like saying God is like a human because he looks like one, but he can create the universe and destroy everything if he wants
Well,
to.
we don't
And then
know what he
what's
looks
left?
like.
Well, sorry, Jesus. He has the power of God, but he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Like,
Yeah.
he is outside space and time, but he's a human, so let's apply the logic of a human to a deity.
Is
That
he
doesn't
though?
make sense.
Or is he a deity in a costume?
Deity in a costume. Can Ouroboros be the same?
Why would an Ouroboros be the same?
Well, could it not be the same? Is that what
It
you're
could be
saying?
the same. It could
Okay.
be that a god is in
So
a
why are you
snake
appl-
form.
Why are you applying that logic?
What do you mean? Why am I applying that? Like, I'm applying the logic to the fact that you said right that
No,
which
I
way
was
around
getting
was it,
to
and
a
I went
point,
like,
and you
oh
just
yeah,
cut
it's
me off.
clearly no right because
Yes.
you said something dumb.
No, because I was using it to explain something. But you cut me off and immediately went to the biology of snakes and how there's conscious decisions in not eating your own tail.
Well, obviously,
Like,
yeah.
I have a conscious decision to stick my arm down my throat, but I'm not gonna do it. So what's your point?
What do you mean? What's my point?
You don't
I'm
make
saying,
sense.
right that you had to make the decision to bite your own fucking tail. If it comes back round, so say right, you
But it
grow
could
right.
have
So
gotten-
say you grow so fucking big, right? You fall on your stomach, right? And your body like grows round. So let's say your bones are bendy, so it goes around the whole earth, right?
Yeah.
And your feet come back to you, right? Your feet aren't just gonna go straight into your fucking mouth. You have to make the decision to bite them.
They
Sure,
don't-
they'll be near your fucking face when they eventually come back round. But they're not gonna be fucking like, ah yes, I'm going to instantly. This is going to instantly enter my body.
But they
That's
could,
not-
and I'm trying to explain.
Yeah, they could, but it doesn't mean they
You're
will.
cutting me off again. Just let me explain. See what you're doing.
I'm just saying the
You are
fucking.
cutting me off with pointless bullshit, and you're not letting me explain.
I'm fixing your points as they fucking arise.
Let me finish, and then you can play whack
Go.
and laughter.
Come on then.
My point is that the Ouroboros is a representation of time. Does it begin with at the end of time? Is it a perfect loop? Or does time expand exponentially? And the tail has just grown enough that it has re-entered its mouth. Like the snake has gotten so big, it is wrapped around everything, anything conceivable, and it has just re-entered itself, and it's just exponential. It's just eating its own tail. That's my point. Time
Yeah.
Does time begin when it ends, or does time grow exponentially without an end?
Okay, right. And in reference to the Ouroboros, like I said, that the beginning has to clearly be the head.
Right, but I'm saying there's two possible alternatives. It doesn't
al-
have to be the head.
Oh, I mean, it does, because it's a fucking snake. But if you're in terms of, like, if you're on about, like, just time itself and removing it from the Ouroboros thing, then yeah, sure, it could be formless completely, and it'll just be like, ah, well, it's just a line, okay, it's just a circle, right? And you're like, okay, which point of this circle is the start of it? And you go, I don't know, it's a fucking circle.
Well, yeah, that's my point.
Yeah, but the difference being an Ouroboros isn't a circle,
It's
because it has a fucking snake. Like, it's got a snake's head.
okay, but if I put a dot on a circle, could you call that the start or just a dot?
Well, I'd ask you where you put the dot.
Anywhere on the circle.
Okay, so Alex, did you put the dot on the beginning of the circle?
I don't know. How am I supposed to know where a circle begins? Your point exactly.
What? I'm asking you.
How am I supposed to know?
Yeah, so
When
if
does
you
a
don't know and
circle
I
begin and
yeah,
when does
no,
it end?
yeah, exactly. So if you don't know and I don't know, then we're both going to be like, well, I don't fucking know. It's a circle.
Well, yeah.
Unless
So
you
then
go
you
in,
can't
unless you like
pinpoint
go
the
in
start and end of
microscopic
something.
and then have a look at where the ink started on it, and then you could probably determine which part of it was, you know, at the beginning of the
Yeah,
circle.
if it was perfectly circular, yeah.
But like,
But also, if we have the technology to make something perfectly circular with no room for error, then yeah, I don't think you could determine that microscopically.
you might be able to.
Maybe. But we're talking a perfect circle, like perfect.
Yep.
You couldn't really determine the start and end to that.
You could try.
You could definitely try. You can try anything, but that doesn't mean you'll succeed.
But it still comes back to my point of, if it's an Ouroboros, it's very obvious where it starts.
It might be, but it might not be.
Why is my OBS having issues? Oh, because my GPU is being absolutely shafted.
What I'm trying to tell you is, right, that it could have just grown into itself, and it just grows exponentially, and it just becomes a bigger and bigger thing, like time, or it just loops forever. That's my point. Yeah. And you can't, you can't agree or disagree to that. It will always be a gray area because you can't measure time. Well,
until we find out a way how to.
I mean, do you have any concept of anything outside of time? No, not really.
No, because we're three-dimensional beings.
Yeah, exactly. And time is the fourth dimension.
Yeah, the second there is another being that can comprehend it. Why is this running like shit? Yeah, bro, it's running at fucking like 1,000 kilobits per second. What is raping my fucking CPU so hard?
I find that cool though, like the fourth dimension, like how we work too. Like we're the third dimension, and we can see, like, imagine someone in the first dimension, and we can see so much more than them. Like what looks to them like fucking magic, to us is like
what, like
a simple thing. Like it's like being in a two-dimensional plane and moving something in like the z-axis. Like they think it's just disappearing, but for us it's different.
Alright, I'm fucking off streaming. It's pissing me off too much. I'm just gonna record it. I can't be arsed.